Miracles are all around us, but this one touched me during this Easter week. Here's the story behind this miracle teapot. In February of last year, we purchased some acreage across the street from us. We had seen it in October when the trees were still full of leaves. We couldn't see in the ravines. When we purchased it in February, we walked all around and found this dump heap in one of the ravines. We called the realtor and told him this should have been disclosed before they sold us this property. This is just a little of the heap of trash and metal in the ravines. The realtor said he would take care of the dump pile. Before they came and hauled off some of the trash, we went and got some of the metal and took a few loads to the metal place and got some money for the loads we took and dropped off. There was still an overwhelming amount of trash and metal. While getting some of the metal out, I found this teapot in the dirt. It was filthy dirty, but it looked like it was still whole, so I took it home. I set the teapot and a few other things we found in our detached garage and left them there. The teapot was packed with other things and totally forgotten about. The previous owners came, and with a large crane and large trailer, they hauled off 3 or 4 trailer loads of trash and metal. It definitely looked much better, but we still had some cleanup to do. Our crops got planted on the property soon afterwards, so we left the ravine alone through the crop season and the winter. In November of last year, we decided to do some work on the detached garage. We put in a French drain and then cleared out the garage and put everything into our new implement shed, so we could have the inside spray foamed with insulation. The spray foaming of the insulation was delayed because of the cold winter. What was built to hold our implements now became a storage unit for everything that was in the detached garage and more. It sat that way through the winter. This past week, April of 2025, we were taking another load of metal that we didn't need, and I told Steve that I would go down to the ravine and get more metal to add to what we were already taking. While there at the ravine, I found a few items other than metal and brought them home. I found this cute little pot. I also found this beautiful little vase. I found this lid. I washed it up a little and then decided it wasn't good for anything, so put it in with the recycling box. On Thursday, April 18th, 2025, we were getting ready to plant our 2 gardens. Steve asked if I knew where the lime was to fertilize the gardens. Since it was originally in the detached garage, I assumed it was in the implement shed. I went looking, and while there, I happened to see the teapot. I thought, oh, there is that teapot I found last year. Oh, could it be that it matches that top I found a few days ago? I took it to the house and went to the box for recycling and dug out the top. I couldn't believe it. It was the top of the teapot. How was this possible to have found a teapot a year ago and then the top this year and both not be damaged from being thrown into this dump heap? How were they not crushed from all the metal and everything else thrown in there? How is the top not crushed by the crane smashing things down as it grabbed metal and debris out of the ravine? As I pondered over this, my thoughts turned to the Savior, Jesus Christ, and His atonement for each of us. Don't we all find ourselves in a pile of heap from our own actions or those of others? Are we aware of the great miracle that we can be saved, cleaned up, and made useful even in terrible circumstances? I found this quote while reading my scriptures the other day and felt like it fits perfectly with my little teapot. All that is unfair about life can be made right through the atonement of Jesus Christ. Happy Easter.